Hello there. Andy Wilson, owner of PressON in Kent, is a well-known exponent of HP Latex technology, having been a beta site for the HP Calico machine back in 2008, and now running a bank of 4 HP Latex printers. Today, I'm asking him why he's putting so much store by this HP development. So, hi, Andy.
How you doing?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Hope you are. Let's talk about a topic of growing importance, sustainability. Now, how is PressON meeting the demand for more environmentally friendly solutions? And specifically, how does the latex-based print fit into that?
Well, that's quite a complicated puzzle. One that we've spent some time researching. When I say some time, it's not something that we've kind of developed over the few months during lockdown. And it's something that we've been working on for a number of years, and it's been in the main instance, it's been customer driven. So we've had a couple of customers that have had a particularly strong objective to address sustainability issues throughout their business. So a couple of our customers have sort of said, look, you know, we need to be seen, particularly in the print that we produce, to be using sustainable methods. Obviously, the printing industry, it's no secret, has not had it's not been a particularly an environmentally friendly industry. We generate a lot of waste, and the products that we produce are often discarded, and for many years, you know, I've watched this waste just disappear off into skips and removed, and no one's really accounting for where it's going. So our customers are very much driving you know, the sustainability through environmental policies that we're having to adhere to. So more from luck than judgment, the HP Latex technology that we use through two channels really has fitted quite nicely into a lot of those demands. The HP brand itself has an awful lot of credibility within the sustainability as a business itself, but the water-based inks that we use on the latex printer do have a lot less environmental impact than the solvents that we would have traditionally used, and the UV ink that we still use in a small minority. But yeah, a combination of having the credentials from HP as a brand, the technology that latex supports being a water-based ink has helped us, you know, address and be competitive and be quicker to the market with some of these sustainability products than maybe some of our competitors.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about the versatility of HP Latex many times as well. Can you perhaps reiterate some of the key points in terms of flexibility from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, we've been using the technology since 2008, so we're in our 13th year of latex printing, and it is versatile. It's kind of had the complete. We've got a complete portfolio now. So the R series went in a couple of years ago in April. So we now are able to print direct to substrate and print to roll media, and with the 35 and 3600s. But yeah, latex has now got everything. So before we had the R series, going back a few years, we had to use all of our direct substrate that had to be UV. But now we've got the HP Latex R series. We can print direct to acrylic, ACM, to cardboard, all sorts of. It's opened up a lot more opportunities. So we still have one UV printer left, but it's sort of a backup as and when it's required. But to be honest with you, I don't think we've turned it on this year. So yeah, the flexibility of the latex technology now gives us a full complement of products that we're able to offer our clients. And yeah, it's been a good.
I mean, talking about sort of the various print possibilities that latex has opened up. I mean, we've had a conversation many times talking about, you know, it's all very well having the technology, but we have to get the message to market. How do you think that sort of education program is going in terms of explaining to would-be customers what the sort of possibilities are?
Yeah, I mean, it's great because I mean, we encouraged, I mean, it's been difficult during lockdown, but we've always encouraged customers to come to the factory and see the technology.
Yeah.
The customers that we have now, you know, traditionally when I started in the business 25 years ago, you'd have professional buyers that knew what they were looking at. They knew the difference between a Heidelberg and a screen press. You know, they knew what they were talking about. But now it's good to get particularly some of the younger generation coming into the business. You know, get them down here and show them what the technology is and what the differences is and what the benefits are. You know, again, you know, we're going to keep touching on the sustainability element of it, but we very much like to bring the customers down and show them the latex technology. We show them some of the HP presentations that we have that show the credentials and all the certification for the inks and stuff. But importantly as well, we show the how we manage the waste. Latex technology, because it's water based, is a lot easier to dispose of because it hasn't got the toxins that some of the other ink manufacturers have. So it's good to demonstrate, you know, how we have like a print, install, remove, recycle process. I get a bit sort of annoyed sometimes when you see an awful lot of people shouting about using environmentally sustainable technology and using environmentally sustainable materials, and not really showing what's happening at the end. And unless you can demonstrate a full cycle of how you are disposing of your materials at end of life, that, for all we know, is just another product that's going to go in landfill. So that we and PressON have, you know, we've made a conscious effort to manage our waste to the point where we are a zero landfill company.
Yeah. In terms of latex technology, we've touched on the fact that it's been around a good while now. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about its longevity in a market that's desperately seeking ever more possibilities? Do you see another ink set coming along that can have such an impact that latex has had over the last, you know, decade plus?
I think it's quite. I mean, even just talking about it this morning, you know, it's been around for 13 years, and obviously HP were probably developing it some years before that. It's not the same ink that it was 13 years ago. We've got, you know, I think we're on Gen 4, even on the big machines now. But, you know, yeah, in the early days, it was kind of a little bit. It could be a little bit challenged on certain substrates, but you know, we've got three main engines in the 35 to 36 and the R series, and we print fabrics, we print vehicle liveries, we print all sorts of different substrates from rigid to again going back to the fabric. We can do everything. You know, we're not farming.
There's coming along that's going to effectively.
I can't see there being another technology coming out, because even UV has restrictions. You know, UV. You know, if you were printing not all fabrics, but printing fabrics, it would often there'd be a pungent odor with it. Solvent needed to be, you know, gassed off and couldn't work with certain types of vinyl. UV ink had issues with printing on self-adhesive vinyl and making it brittle. Latex doesn't do that, so it's kind of, but it's developed into something that has become universally usable within the factory. So unless someone's got something else up their sleeve that isn't, you know, cured with UV light or solvent's dead. I mean, solvent, you know, just I wouldn't even entertain buying another solvent printer. I couldn't see a reason why. But the latex technology, I think it's important to understand, it's not the same latex technology as it was, you know, 5 years ago. And even the difference between the R series ink and the 35 and 3600 inks, you know, they're not the same. So it's very easy to pigeonhole it as all latex, but actually,
which has progressed.
It has different, it's progressed, and it has different properties depending on which machine. So can I see another technology coming out? I mean, no, I can't. I'm not. I've invested heavily in latex, and I think, you know, I'm not worried that something else is bubbling along in the background that's going to come and compete with it. I think it's here, you know, long term. And I think with a company the size of HP, you know, they've backed it. So, you know, I take some reassurance in the fact that I've backed the right horse, looking at the budgets that HP are playing with, you know.
Well, you've got 4 of them, so let's hope so. Yeah. All right, Andy. Well, look, thank you very much for your input. I really appreciate it. I'll let you get back to work, and keep talking to you. Take care.
Thanks, Leslie. Take care.
Bye. Bye.